7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Broadcasting live from a secret location on Mars, man. We back again.
Yeah.
Major events have occurred. We had to go ahead and let you guys know that we know what's going on down there on Earth, man. It's crazy. Your boy Blastoff here, of course, and my ace boom coon, man.
The Prez.
Live in effect, man. Hope everything is okay down there. It's been a lot of wild shit that just happened, man. They tried to take Trump out, man, and this Project 2025 stuff is going on, man, and you know, from our vantage point, man, we got to give our view, man, put our 2 cents in on what's happening and try to get an understanding of what we understand of what's going on, man. Prez, what's up, baby? How you doing, man?
Man, doing real good, real good. You know, I gotta say, being detached from everything that you Earthlings is going through is being a little hard on us. You know, we want to be down there in the struggle with y'all, but we finna tune in and give you our 5 cents on the subjects. You know, we really hope, pray for everybody, pray for the people who got shot, pray for the member of the audience who got killed. You know, blessings and praise to go out to the family. We really, you know, our condolences to you. But hey, look, we're here to talk about it. This is Real Talk Podcast. We're here to really get down to the nitty gritty. And we really appreciate you guys taking some time to get out of some of this turmoil to tune in to that Real Talk Podcast.
And you know what, bro? We've been talking lately, even this, you know, in these last few episodes about distractions and things going on in the media and attention's getting taken off of this and getting taken off of that. You had Diddy was under fire for what he had going on, and then it all switched to Drake and Kendrick Lamar. We did an episode on that. It was pretty dope, man. And we had our views up. We really appreciate it. It means that's motivation for us. That's letting us know that we are going in the right direction. But we're going to need you guys to hit that subscribe button, man, because we're going to have some nice things coming up. And again, you guys are the real ones, the RYL ones, and we want you to be a part of it and
the real ones.
And you know, come on this ship and take part in this journey, man, as we colonize this red planet, bro. But again, like the distractions going on, man. You had the first, it was it the Diddy first.
Yep.
Then it was the K-Dot and them. Then they if you really want to be honest, bro. Then you started hearing about this Project 2025 stuff.
Yep.
Then it went to that Epstein list, got released again, and Trump was on trial. 34 convictions.
Yep.
And then you had the Epstein list that they tried to pop his name on and say that his name was all on it. And now, to take that off of the heat off of that, you got this shooting that just somebody tried to assassinate this guy, man.
Yep.
And you know one thing, man, I heard somebody on the news say this one point, and I agree with him. Hey, man, you taking it to the next level, trying to pop people's tops. You know what I'm saying? Just go out and vote.
Yeah.
You know, y'all go out there and vote. Make sure you show up at the polls, whatever you want to do. You know, I'm per se, you know, don't feel as though any of these guys are the
cream of the crop.
Cream of the crop, man. Yeah. We got Joe. You know, we know what Joe going through.
Slow Joe.
Trump, man. You know, he Trump be all over the place, bro. So it's hard to just. This is an unprecedented election of the two most. Well, this just is undistinguished. If you know what the term undistinguished means, like unrefined, it's just something that from all past elections doesn't seem truly presidential. It seems something like out of a Twilight Zone or something. What's going on right now, bro?
It sounds like something you might see in like V for Vendetta or something like that. Especially that Project 2025 stuff. You know, it's really time to keep your eyes open, fellas. Really time. The world's gonna change. The trapdoor is gonna be pulled out from underneath you, and we do not want you to be there in free fall. We want to get you up to speed, up to date, and get your awareness to that higher vibration. You know, we're trying to keep y'all Trying to keep y'all in the know here.
Yeah, man. I mean, and I know this Project 2025 stuff has been popping up over everyone's timeline, and it's coming.
Yeah.
You know, it seems like it's coming. You know, it's a lot of conspiracy theories and things like that, but Trump, when they asked him about it,
he denied it.
He denied knowing anything about it.
On Twitter, he said, I don't know what this is. I've never had any affiliation with it, but good luck to y'all. You know, but then it comes out that a lot of the people who are behind Project 2025, they were part of his party, they're part of his cabinet, they're part of his administration.
Seems like this idea came out about a year ago, and it's a 900-page
over 900 pages,
man. Yep. So you're really gonna have to get into, you know, they say the best way to hide knowledge from men and ignorant people is to just put it in books.
Put it in books.
So you got to go through 900 pages of language and then be able to, you know, define that language, you know, and to interpret that language, and then to be able to understand it. So if this is true, they're talking about total bans on abortions.
Yep.
They're talking about removing history books and Black history and other histories.
Yep.
They're talking about ending of DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion at these jobs, and then the hiring and the Department of Justice and whatever else, man. And it's more to that. And so you got to kind of, you know, they talking about we were talking about this before we started shooting, man. They talking about putting a total, making it criminal to do porn and shoot porn.
Yep.
These OnlyFans makers monies and these producers, man, they gonna be in trouble.
In trouble.
They gonna be in trouble.
All the way out. All the way out of
it's
there.
Gonna be, that's you know, that's all this easy money. You see, there's a lot of people getting rich quick, wealthy quick, and they trying to slow this down.
Yeah.
Think about the housing market down there in H-Town.
Yeah.
It's skyrocketing. Becoming
more and more every single year.
And people are able to afford it because they got their hustles. And they trying to cut off all the avenues for all of your hustles.
Yeah.
You get me what I'm saying? They trying to cut off all the quick money, the TikToks. That's why they want to strangle TikTok. They ain't making money off TikTok. The people that's in China or whatever is what my understanding is what's making money. Is making money off of the TikToks. And they paying you. A
lot of people make their money on TikTok. A lot of people. And some of it ain't just bullshit either. Some of it's good educational stuff, you know? Yeah. Some of it is very informative stuff that the media, it won't show. They're not going to run stories like that. They're not going to dive into the nitty-gritty on certain controversies, murder cases, criminal cases. So a lot of people can make a lot of money on these apps by bringing awareness to people in the same avenue that me and Blastoff are doing right now.
Yeah, Prez, I mean, hey, you know, I'm glad we got this thing rolling when it did.
Yeah.
Because we were able to share our point of view and you know, just like I say, from the very first episode, man, we just having conversation. We talking about some of this, we talking about some of that. You just sitting down, you came pulled up with us, pulled up a chair. We all sitting there having us a drink.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And just chopping it up. You know, keeping it real. Again, that's why this the RYL Talk, Real Talk podcast, man. And we enjoy what we do. We love it, man. And
we love
keep this thing rolling. And like I say, we really appreciate all of y'all that tapped into that last episode. That was a huge motivation, man. You know, we really appreciate you guys for that. And like I say, we're nothing without you guys, man. So let's keep that rolling in, man. And you just keep, you know, tapping in. And we were supposed to, our apologies, guys. We were supposed to have the live set up, but then Houston got hit with a hurricane and whatnot, man. And so that just just knocked us all the way out of setting that up. So we couldn't get the satellite signal down there to you guys. But hey, we're gonna be ready, man. We're gonna post up. Just keep following us, man. Follow the Instagram, Blastoff_ENT at Blastoff _entertainment. At the Prez
at presidential on Twitter.
We got all of this is finna be put up on the screen, man. But yeah, man. So I was looking at the TV today, man, and I called you. I was like, bro, we gotta talk.
I literally popped out of the car, and he said, bro, Trump been shot.
And he was like, "Fuck, nah, you lying." I'm like,
I said, no, this nigga lying.
Nah.
I didn't believe it for a second. Pulled up my phone, looked it up. All of the news articles showing the same thing. Trump on stage at the rally. One second he's just talking. The next second you hear pop, 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 pop. Grabs his ear. Falls down. A few seconds later, a few seconds too late, Secret Service rushes up there to cover him up, make sure that he's good. He gets up there and he raises his fist and you see blood all over his face and he goes like this. The crowd goes crazy. The crowd is lit.
Say, man, this was something out of a movie, man.
Like out of a movie.
Out of a movie. He's showing resilience. He got blood all over his face. He fighting. They eating it up. They going crazy, bro. And I remember seeing Elon Musk came out. As soon as that happened, I'm fully endorsing Trump for candidate for the president. And that's other people. You know what I'm saying? Like that electrified the fan base.
That makes a compelling image for a presidential candidate. It makes a compelling visual for a presidential candidate.
Right, exactly.
You on stage, you get capped, but you still have your fist in the air, saying you're gonna take out the deep state and everything like that. And your fans are loyal to you. They didn't run. Your fans didn't scream. They didn't run, dodge out. They stayed there.
But you know what, bro? It's all like part of a plan, seems like, bro.
Yeah.
Because Trump back was against the wall.
Yeah.
You know, with these rumors of the Epstein. I don't know if you guys have looked at what was going on, what they trying to accuse this brother of in the Epstein
Catch everybody
article.
up, Blastoff. Catch everybody up.
You know, but supposedly Trump originally came out and said that he didn't know Epstein, but bump into at a party, or maybe took a picture with him and he didn't really know him. But they got flight logs, phone calls.
Doesn't surprise me.
Evidence.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
And then there's young ladies coming out. Well, ladies that back in the day were considered young.
Yeah,
saying that hey, he sexually assaulted them. I think Epstein had something that was in the mix on that, and he had 2 of them at the time, and he had them doing some crazy stuff, man. It's what they're alleging.
Yeah.
All this stuff got to be proved because they'll say stuff, man. They'll say stuff, but that's what. But here go one thing that seems to have proven true. You knew him more than
you were
you let on.
Yeah.
And I think if you lied because that guy's a despicable person, and then you were to be found around him, it could tarnish your image. But his image seems intarnishable, impenetrable. Nobody cares if it was true or not. They don't care. Trump literally said last presidency, I can go walk down the street and pop a man in the head and I wouldn't be arrested.
Yeah.
He said that. So if you want to say that Mr. Donald didn't know anything about Project 2025, well, you got to take his words for as much as face value, what you can prove. So that's all. I'm not saying he knows about it. I'm not saying he don't know about it. I'm not saying that he was on them Epstein files truthfully. I'm not saying that he wasn't. But just think about it. This is what you read about in these articles about hidden shit.
Yeah.
And in societies and power and things like that.
Big time.
What if I told you, what if, man? What if Trump's back was against the wall and big wigs approached you, hey, bro, you got 34 counts of this. Your name's all over this. We showing you we can ruin you. This is what we do. We are the shadow agency. This is what we do. We got all these dark stuff, all this dark shit on everybody that we want to control. So this is our plan.
And you're going to follow it through.
And if you want to make it out of this unscathed, then you're going to follow along with this, and we're going to take you and put you right back in the position of power because you're going to be.
It wouldn't surprise me.
I'm now. This ain't none of this.
We ain't saying
true,
that this
but
is
it'll
true.
be a hell of a book or a hell of a movie, wouldn't it? It'll be a hell of a book.
It would be a hell of
movie.
a Tom Clancy novel.
Man, what's the other one? What's the other one? Clive Cussler. Kyle Cussler article, books. You ever read a Kyle Cussler?
I never read one.
Dirk. It was Dirk Pitt books, man. Oh, you got to go back and check them out. Somebody put in the comments if you know what about those Dirk Pitt books, man.
Yeah.
If you know about those Dirk Pitt books, man, those were some good books, man. Like the MacGyver type. It was crazy, man. They could make some movies. They probably already got some. I can't believe if they don't. That Dirk Pitt, they don't even got a Dirk Pitt video game because that was a crazy. And if somebody make a Dirk Pitt video game after this, please send me a check for the idea, bro. Because I don't make video games. I make content, but not video games. Maybe.
How do you feel this is going to affect the election going on?
Trump is going to get ushered in.
Yeah.
What the Joe Biden, man, he's not looking good. He's getting calls from all over to step down.
Yeah.
And you alluded to earlier, the Democrats ain't got nobody to put in their place.
And they haven't for years.
They ain't got nobody to put in their place.
There's nobody compelling. They don't have anybody compelling. They might have better politicians, but do you have somebody who's going to wow audiences, who's going to have that star power, who's going to have that get shot in the face and raise your fist in the air.
Moment of triumph and
that moment of resilience, that moment of triumph, that moment of march on Washington.
I'm going through accusations of pedophilia and being affiliated with Epstein. I just beat 30. Well, I just got convicted of 34 counts of felonies and whatever convictions. I'm still going to sit in that White House. Hey, bro.
And on top of that,
be sure to reciprocate that energy to the people that want a second chance. Please make laws to reciprocate for ones that have messed up in their past and they change life, they learn their lessons, and make it easier. Make it easier for these people to acquire a decent living wage, a decent job, man. Depending on the crime, because you got some people that just got caught packing guns. They don't need to be excluded from working from life, man. Legally packing guns. Or you got people that maybe had money laundering or something like that. Maybe they don't need to be working in the banking industry or something like that. Or maybe they need to have that restriction in the banking industry, but they don't need to be quality of life less, man. Give people a chance, man. If Trump can get a chance and he's the highest, you are the representative of the population.
I like that. And that right there is the key word, the population. This election isn't going to be won by savvy, cream of the crop politicians. It's not going to be won that way. It's going to be won by people going out and voting. It all comes down to, are the Democrats going to go out and vote in force, or are the Republicans, the GOP, going to go out and vote in force?
May the best man
who has the more dedicated voter base, who's going to go out there and actually put their name in the ballot? Who's going to actually go out there and actually show up at the rallies, at the voting day, and actually go in there and actually vote? If the Democrats have sorry ass politicians, then even those who support them and are Democratic, they're not going to feel as compelled to go out and vote versus somebody who gets shot in the ear and raises his fist and says, fight, 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 fight. They're not going to feel as compelled to go out there and vote.
Hey, man, like I say, to see that, I was like, this is a game changer here.
Yeah.
Some people were saying that it was staged.
It doesn't matter if it's staged, though.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's staged. It doesn't matter if it's suspicious looking. It doesn't matter if it was planned. What makes a good image? What makes people want to go out and actually support a candidate?
The game has changed now, bro. I'm telling you now, the game has changed.
This is going to be remembered throughout all time, good or bad. This moment today is going to be remembered. It's going to be remembered.
Times have changed, bro, and you basically this set a new precedent. A new precedent, excuse me.
A new precedent.
He will be highly protected and it's going to be excuses for new measures of levels of security and everything.
Yeah.
Man, some people calling this new 2025 Trump 2025 for him not to say no. He don't know anything about it, but man, this world is starting to just be real Twilight Zone-y, man, and just pray that a lot of this stuff is hearsay.
Yeah.
And that he just got because let's be honest. It's set up because Joe. Bro, has this ever happened before? Maybe somebody let me know in the history of the presidencies, because Trump is gonna be what number? If he makes it, he's gonna be 47. Is it gonna be 47 or 48? Whatever the case, the 48.
Technically, he would be the 47th, I think, because he's already been president once.
But I'm saying,
so he's not going to become.
Was he 45 or was he 46? Either way, that doesn't matter. The point I'm trying to make is somebody let me know, has there been a time where the head honcho, Joe Biden right now, man, we all seen him going through stages of decline in his older age.
And he's supposed to be the leader of the free world.
Yeah, I mean, he is.
Remember, we talked about this. This was a key point. We want the strongest to lead. You want the person who's the strongest, the most aggressive, the person who's the most,
yes,
the person who's most.
And that was in terms of when I did make a statement that kind of rattled a couple of feathers.
Oh yeah, but it ropes into that.
Should be in the highest orders of.
But you wouldn't want a senile man to be doing that.
And so when I say strongest, I'm not necessarily saying, physical strength.
Yeah.
Although that's a good attribute, but when we're talking about physical strength, is associated with government officials.
Yeah.
We're talking about mentally. You want to have everybody's best interest at heart. You are the put in the top position of all of the most powerful country in the world with multiple. And that's one thing I don't get about people that say, go back to this country. We all came here from a different place. Yep. Whether you were forced or whether you didn't originate here, they saying a lot of other races didn't originate here. And so, hey, this is this place. This is a place of utopia of different cultures and the blending of cultures. You need somewhere in the world gotta have the blending culture. This is America.
So
there's so much beautiful shit that has come out of this, man.
Yep.
You know my food, I know your food. You know my culture, I know your culture. Hey, stop judging people, man, and stop putting everybody in the same box.
And we're all trying to get along here.
They'll play some shit on TV, and they got fucking websites dedicated and accounts, Twitter accounts, Facebook accounts, Instagram accounts dedicated to showing a certain cultural group or racial group, and all you're showing is that bad shit that they doing. That's look, see, I told you, they're going to see. Of course. I can go do that same thing with the Chinese people. I can find 1,000 different incidents of Chinese committing crimes around the country.
Yes, that's correct.
Doing some kind of theft or some kind of criminal. I can find Arabs, or Indians, or Middle Easterns doing something. I can find blacks or white. But they got people that do that and try to push a narrative, man. So when people that are lost, a young youth, the white youth, are lost, and they want to go see what's going on they want to find and identify with themselves. They say, man, look at these people. They all trouble. And they might got a bully that's about school with someone or something like that at school or something. And they just develop something not knowing that, hey, man, that girl down the street is a great person. And that man next door, Mr. Jonathan, he's a great person. Or think about how you got these other, hey, we not, as black people, guilt-free of this too. You got groups that push, hey, these are devils. Hey, you got people attacking Asians, blacks. There was a lot of uptick in black on Asian crime, especially in upstate New York. Now down there in Houston, a lot of that didn't go on, man. It doesn't go on, man. Everybody get along pretty good out there, man.
Yeah, down in the H, people get along.
Nobody goes out of their way. Hard to find people going out of their way to show they don't like you because of your color out there. People just mind their business, bro, pretty much. And correct me if I'm wrong. That happens. Shit happens everywhere. But it's just, I don't know what it is, but people, that is like the epicenter of how it should be. We all go to the same Rockets games, Astros games, Texans games, same restaurants,
Same grocery stores, same malls.
You walk by,
same rodeo.
You'll see an older white guy, and you look at him in his eye, he look at you, you just nod at him, he know to nod, he'll nod too. Look away. You know what I'm saying? You see a lady, you might smile at her, she might smile at you. Look away. Go on about your business. That's how it is. That's how it should be. You don't have to be. You don't have to be. If we could all be friends and this and that, that's the perfect. But you can't tear down what this is. You just have to set examples, lead by leadership. Start putting out, promoting, which is why some of that shit in Project 2025 I do agree with. You gotta, hey, you start shooting porn because these kids, it's uncontrolled.
It's a drug.
But it's uncontrolled. It's unregulated. A kid can go right now up in the fucking. You can give your kid the phone to go to bed. He up there looking at some shit, and you wouldn't know now.
It's a drug.
It's out of control, and people don't care.
Yep.
These teachers more and more don't care. Hell, they fucking the students.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's getting out of control, and so we need some regulations, and some of this shit does need to be turned up.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, and it's gonna be some people that hate me. I don't give a fuck. But you make your money on OnlyFans, if they criminalize this shit, I'm not hating. Cause I said it later, I'm not hating, bro. Hustle. Whatever avenues they open up for you to make your money, make it. But but through beautiful women with these green eyes and these thick thighs, what are you gonna do when they shut down monetizing sexuality? What are you gonna do? You're going to have to go back to being
at the grocery store.
Teammates. You're going to have to go back to be more and more teammates with these guys now. Where you could...
Teammates.
You're going to have to go back to playing the teammate game. You're going to start folding in and start to see, look, man, I really do need to work with this guy to make shit quality of life better. Some of this shit is just forcing the Christian values in the Christian values or moral or morality. Is some of them laws in that 2025 is pushing immorality out the way because immorality is taking over.
Yeah.
It is. Tell me I'm lying. Everywhere you go, degeneracy it's popular. Think about the Haktua girl. Haktua. She's making money because she was talking about how to sexually please a man.
Yeah.
And when your kid wants to know what Haktua is, because it's all over the internet, your 7-8-year-old kid that got the common knowledge to work a phone is going to be able to determine what Haktua is, and then they're going to look up further, and then that's a level of innocence or knowledge that they may not or should not have attained at that age is going to be taken away.
This is a great point because a lot of people don't understand why something like Project 2025 would exist. See, I'm not saying I agree with Project 2025, but I understand why it exists versus its alternative.
Them people looking up, seeing all this degeneracy?
They're looking up and they're seeing degeneracy that is supposed to be socially accepted.
People that are degenerates are being rich now.
Yeah.
They're making a way, so they're going that listen, if I can be degenerate and still be rich, and that's fun to be sinful and sexual and
correct.
This and that.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, why don't I do that?
Why don't I just do that?
And
it's easier. This is why this exists. This is why this stuff exists. This is why this world exists. Are you aware of what's happening around you? Are you just taking it at face value?
I think that, like I say, it's some fucked up shit in the 2025. Like, I don't agree. Okay, here go the thing. They're gonna try to do away with they're gonna try to and it's another thing. It's another point I'm gonna touch on too. Yep. They're gonna try to do away with the Black History books. It's gonna ban books.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Are you gonna when you say ban history books? Are you talking about slavery? History of slavery?
This is where this stuff gets scary.
Or are you
where
talking
this
about
stuff
like
gets dangerous.
Black inventors and Frederick Douglass and
George Washington Carver?
People that Peanut Man.
Yeah.
Which parts are you trying to? Because see, then that's when it's getting scary.
Yeah.
Because if you're trying to erase the history, what's next for the people?
And of course, this country is founded on freedom of speech. So if you censor out certain voices because you don't like what they have to say,
the First Amendment,
then you're taking away listen, freedom of speech isn't freedom to hear what you want to hear. Freedom of speech is hearing what you don't want to hear. That's what real freedom of speech is. And you have to be very careful. about what you censor.
I'm just finna say that.
And what you actually keep. And what you actually teach. And what's appropriate for people to access. And what's going to be common knowledge versus uncommon knowledge. And what narrative you're going to drive. And so, what I ask people to think about when they think about Project 2025 is, who does this serve? Who's making this? Who's benefiting from this? Who's going to be on top should a conservative president be elected within 180 days of his election? Who's going to start seeing life better versus who's going to start seeing life worse?
And I'm gonna say this, man. I got a lot of people that's gonna come at my throat for this.
Yeah.
I just want the best person in, and I don't know if either one of these are the person that's gonna look out and have a pure heart for everybody. Not somebody that has what they call it, prejudice, prejudging people in their minds based off of the upbringing or whatever. Somebody that's gonna come fair and that treats and come fair. That means if you commit a crime, you're gonna do the time.
Yeah.
You fucking with kids, you get the maximum time. You just trying to start a business. You trying to work and you got your own culture. You lie, you play domino, you slam them down on tape. Hey, leave that person alone. You get caught riding with your license suspended. You don't need to be ended up dead.
Yeah.
That means retraining these police to know when to and have some kind of mental capacity test, because I was told, I'll never forget this. I was told at one time that they don't want the police to be too smart. Because you can't control them if they super smart. I want the brainiacs.
Yeah.
Because somebody going to stand up and like, hey, wait a minute. Those be the one, They want somebody a little crazy, a little throwed off, a little aggressive, whatever the case. Man, I know it's not true across the board. But that's just what I was told by a police officer and a family. But going back to what you're saying, censoring.
Yeah.
That can be dangerous because if you start censoring people, you won't know. It's good to have people free speech because you get to know what they thinking. They telling on themselves if they say some wild shit.
Yeah.
And even if it ain't arrestable, even if it's not arrestable, I'm gonna say they can't put you on the arrest for what you say because you just said, man, I'll blow this mug up, man. I'll be tired. One day I make bombs. You can't go arrest them because they say, man, one day I might make some bombs. But you can keep your eyes on them then. Then you can keep your eyes on them. You can know like what this
and trust and believe.
Oh, I hate these N words. All this, so you can keep your eyes on them. All these N words, man, they taking up.
And trust and believe, ladies and gentlemen. There are places in the world. I was just talking to somebody about this week from Vietnam. They were saying, "Hey, look, you think the police are bad here? You think the legal system is bad here? Hey, look, there are places in the world where if you speak, you say, I don't even like the government does this, you'll disappear. You say, I don't like how the police, you don't even say nobody's name. You just say, I don't like this policy, you could disappear. These are rights that you cannot take for granted here. This shit is not just given out willy-nilly. A lot of places in the world, people suffer every day. They can't speak their mind. If the police officer wants your to beat up your son or go follow your daughter, he can do it. The politician wants
that kind of government.
You don't want that kind of governance.
Authoritarian government. That's what that is.
You don't want a government
authority will go, hey, just pull stop and frisk.
That has no accountability.
Yeah, man.
You do not want that. You don't want that.
Step?
A dictatorship.
They're gonna disarm you.
They're gonna disarm you. And guess what amendment? And guess what amendment that is?
It'll be a bloody. It's not gonna happen in a lot of places. And I'm not one of those guys that try to sit here and push conspiracy theories and things like that. But just look and open your eyes. I'm not saying any of this. This is what's floating around, and I don't hear too much. They pushing this agenda, and I don't hear too much denial about it outside of because the people that are denying it, you got to kind of question their integrity, whether they're a good person or not. Whether hey. A lie is a lie.
Yeah.
You can't lie to me and then get mad at me because I said it's a lie. Because you got people like that. You get caught lying or whatever, and they want to blame you or turn on you. They don't want to take accountability. We got to make sure that we have accountability. We got to make sure that we're treating every people. The craziest part is, man, it's just too many bad apples in power now, man.
Yeah.
You can look around. Your favorite senators and lady senators is caught in movie theaters jacking guys off or guys getting caught in sexual scandals and screwing this. Hey, man, those are not prime examples of leadership. Now, nobody's perfect, but when you're in these positions of power, you have a great responsibility.
Yeah.
With great power comes great responsibility. If you flawed in that aspect, and you know the cameras are on you. In today's age, this is the digital age. It's not much you can get away with. You can't dig in your nose and nobody ain't gonna notice. Man, the bottom line is just get prepared, man. Make sure you're getting your education up, making yourself valuable. That's why I said earlier, for the young men and young ladies, it's the time is ending for those get rich quick schemes, man. They trying to shut all the avenues down because it's affecting, and the way they're gonna justify it, they're gonna show on the screen. Look at this. Look at the generations. Look what they promote now. They're gonna show screens of everything that's been going on. We turn them loose. We give them freedom. We give them freedom of speech. Look at what happened. But first of all, I don't like when they look what we did. Man, you didn't do anything. You got elected into an office and you're in power, and this is what your personal goals and things are. You want to put clamps and chains on things, and you want to push the country in the direction that you see fit. Now, some of this stuff has to be controlled.
Big time.
You know, because, hey, the episode will degeneration be the end of a generation? And it looks like it's coming to that.
There's a reason why
nobody has humility.
2025 exists.
People, you can see videos.
There is a reason why Project 2025 exists.
Yeah, but it's other things in there that are wacky and cuckoo, bro.
They're wacky.
Like, I don't like the diversity, inclusion, and then
they want to deport 12 million immigrants, like you were saying at the beginning, and 12 million immigrants right off the jump.
Yeah, and
they want to be able to take out of 50,000 government workers. They want them all to now. If the president wants to fire anyone or shut down any department, the DOJ, the DOE, whatever he wants to do, he can do it. I don't think that's fair.
This is based off of this is based off of their opinion of what this should be.
Of what this should be.
How this should be ran.
Yes.
Now, some of it again, I'm with it.
Yeah.
All y'all should be concerned about is, hey, are they going to try to take away my house or my car or my right to live my quality of life? No. But they going to take away the degeneracy parts. They going to take away, you're going to be more, hey, y'all better start strapping up. Yeah. When you're doing sexual activities, you better start, getting your birth controls, men and women, whatever you got to do. Because you're going to get in situations with people and you ain't going to be able to go run down there to that clinic. You ain't going to be able to run out of state. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to be able to fly across country to go do whatever you want to do. And
enjoy your $1,000 flight.
Hey, man. Just always make yourself valuable. It's going to have to be more than looks. It's going to get you aside now. It's going to be more than these scams, because when they start digitizing everything and they take away the paper dollar, it's going to be hard to run scams.
Oh, it's over. It's over then.
When they take away that paper dollar, it's going to be hard to... They hold the conventions in Hungary with the RNC, the Republican National Convention. They just did that because these people are trying to unify the process. Putin jumping on with China, North Korea.
BRICS.
Guess what? Trump okay with Putin. But Trump, man... I don't know, because I trust half of what I hear and what is it? Half of what I see or whatever, and even less of what I hear.
Sure.
it's just hard to tell nowadays, man, who's on what side of the fence of right and wrong. What intentions people got. What's your ultimate goal? Is it to help people become better citizens and truly end racisms and things of that nature? Because those are the biggest scourges on the quality of life. And that's one of America's deepest, darkest, dirtiest, moldiest problems, sins lingering.
Yeah.
Is that it's just too much prejudice, man. Just filter out the good people and the bad people. And don't just say because somebody cussed you out because they had a bad date that they're a bad person.
Yeah.
Don't try to end a person's life because they cut you off in traffic. That don't mean they need to lose their life.
Yeah. Big time.
You know, don't react and kill this person when you know damn well they running away from you and you shoot them in their back. I'm talking to the police officers. Have humility. That person got a family want to go home to, even if you don't like them. Even if the family is not your picture of a family, that person is a person with a soul and a spirit. We are not God. And we all got to answer one day if that's what you believe in. I know a lot of you believe in these things of karma. You know. The bottom line, man, is we just wanted to throw our 2 cents in, man, because this is a crazy times, and you just lit a fire under the MAGA fan base, the Trump supporters, and the Democrats. They don't have anything to put in the forefront, and then on top of that, you gotta look. I was listening to a brother on social media. A lot of y'all know Umar Johnson. He was talking about how they shipping in the immigrants to build up the Democratic vote because they don't believe that they're going to have a strong enough voting base in their old former resource bases, the black communities and the minority communities. They don't feel like their voting base is strong enough anymore because people are getting tired of certain things. And God bless America. God bless immigration. A lot of us wouldn't be here for not to have been immigration. But when you start to cut off your citizens' resources to, import another group of people, and then from what I'm understanding, like in Chicago, they're shutting down schools and not opening up buildings and stuff that were relegated to the citizens. And then they're turning it into apartment buildings for the immigration. They giving them money here. Like I'm hearing people getting like $1,400 a month or some shit. Somebody help me out here. $1,400 a month or whatever. $9,000 or something, bro, for families. Like, bro.
And what they're basically doing is they're importing voters, right? That's basically
what's
what
alleged.
They're importing voters, ladies and gentlemen.
There's nothing wrong with immigration, but it's the way you do it. It's a process. And then you letting bad people in. Look, think about that young girl that got killed in Houston. Little 12-year-old girl. This just happened less than a month ago, or about a month ago. She was, coming out the gas station, was talking to 2 grown men. They were both, I know one of them from Venezuela, if I'm not mistaken. And they walked and talked to the little girl. I don't know if she was fast. And those that know what fast means. Mm-hmm. But some kind of way, they end up getting under a bridge and killing her and raping her. And supposedly they had been caught previously for crimes and deported, and they get back. So you can't. They got bad apples coming, bro. You can't. That's why it's a way to do it. And so it excuses behaviors like when Trump say we finna build a fucking wall. Mm-hmm. These type of behaviors.
Why is this stuff happening? This is what Blastoff is talking about. Why is there on one side people calling for a wall, and on the other side people calling for more immigration? Why is on one side is there people demonizing immigration, something that's been a staple of American culture for hundreds of years? And on the other side, there are people who are trying to say, hey, this is a good thing. It needs to always be here. This is why these two, the elephant and the donkey butting heads every time. And
we don't, man. It all. If it's some kind of way that in my mind, it still looks a certain way, but it's all going in the same direction.
Explain that to me.
Let's make it look like we don't want this up, but we really want it up. The direction of the country goal is to put a wall up.
Yep.
But we're going to make it look like we don't want that wall up. So we're going to let people in. And when something bad happens, they're going to still clamor for the wall to go up. And they're going to look, then they're going to start to turn their minds like, well, we're going to convince them that they need the wall. We're going to be alone. We're going to play like we're on. That's why you got two sides there. We're going to play like we are for a free will and leaving open borders and this and that. And then we're going to convince them, we need these borders. They letting in too many immigrants and there's too much. Put the wall up. So then we're going to really align with your goals. On the right, Republicans, we're going to really align with your goals.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's going to look a certain way here, but the ultimate goal is one direction. We play this, but we always lead back to this.
So my question would then be to you, why even bother voting? If we're all part of the same game.
That's why and that's a good question. Why even bother voting?
I feel like a lot of people feel how you feel. A lot of people. Often, I'm going to be honest, I feel the same way. What's the point? On one hand, if we let all the immigrants in, that's great. We're supporting them. We're giving them asylum, but then they're going to take all your jobs and everything. But then later it turns out they're going to build a wall anyways. What was the point? What was the point of I'm going to vote to let abortion be legal, but they're going to make it illegal anyways? What's the point? Am I part of a game? Am I a puppet? Is there a higher agenda that a lot of these people,
it's a
big experiment going on?
This is the biggest experiment in the history of
that
just
a lot of people are part of.
Cohabitat. How can
they
merge?
How can they merge? Can they merge? Can they merge? Can they get along?
And they can. They can.
And I think that we've proven that in Houston they can.
But you have to have rules and regulations. You have to promote generational etiquette. Stop promoting sexuality. Start promoting.
There's a way to do it.
Start promoting positivity. Start promoting these two people of different cultures and races working together on TV on these commercials and in the jobs. Bonuses for the most diversity cultured, friendly, family diversity cultured companies. Reward stuff like that. Reward families that stay married instead of punishing them when they file their taxes.
Why doesn't
your income and your income? We're gonna make it to where, and I don't want to say the single homes, okay.
Yeah.
But you make it a bigger reward. I'm saying this because a lot single parents can get rewards more because they're going to be taxed as one, but two people going to be taxed at two. Find a way to just implement. I know you're going to need the extra happy child tax credits and isn't it? I know you're going to need that, but you get a bigger reward if you can find stability and infrastructure and help promote the economy by finding you someone to promote, to join up with, and we'll reward you even more on your tax. We'll tax you less or something. They need to flip those scripts or something because
and that's the
make it not so rewarding for look at this, have it like a trial.
Yeah.
When you get divorced. And figure out how to fix that to where a lot of times it just falls on the damn man, bro.
Yeah.
And the woman could have been shitty as fuck. She could have been shitty. She could have been cheating on you every way. She couldn't have came in this marriage knowing that you got all these resources or whatever. And
it was always a game from day one.
And it was a game from day one. We start punishing people for playing these games. But everybody's greed. The lawyers love divorce because they can make money. The courts love divorce because they can make money. These states love child support so they can get their fees out of it when the man pays. And that's and then they want him to pay or her to pay because this women they pay too. But then they want you to file your taxes and pay that. And then you can't even live because you can't. So my quality of life, because I didn't work out with this woman And she's get to get a better quality because she has the kids or he has the kids. Mm-hmm. So then they're gonna get that check and what they make and whatever, and they're gonna say, "Oh well, he or she has the kids." Man, listen. They need to start rewarding families that stay together or people that do well, and stop punishing people with these laws, man. That reward separation and even
the problem is our system just isn't set up that way. Exactly how you said.
Man,
there's no money in rewarding good behavior. There's a whole lot of money in rewarding bad behavior. Y'all know that.
Behavior
Y'all know that.
Or indigence and shit like that. Listen, here's the thing. I'm finna say some controversial shit. Thank God for people that for food stamps. Thank God for Section 8 and things like that because people need that. But it need to be a time limit on this shit because we need to move off so somebody else can get on. You can't live like this, man. It's people that live like this.
There are people who live
black,
on it.
It doesn't matter. It's people that live off of that, man, and that let the next person that need it get in at a certain time. You see what I'm saying? Like, you're supposed to be you get it as long as you're doing what you're supposed to be doing to make yourself better so you can get off of it. Tell me I'm wrong. You need to be going to school to show us. Right. We'll let you get it for these next 4 years. As long as you're in school and you work, we'll let you get it. Some way you're proving that so you're not trying to be handicapped off this system. Because
so much of America is built like this. So much of it, from food stamps to benefits to taxes to childcare, so much of it is built around how do you swim under the system and get the resources that you want without putting in the work. So much of it. That's why I always said America, on one hand, it's a beautiful, wonderful experiment where all these people can come together. But on the other hand, it's also like a fucking amusement park ride for adults. An adult amusement park ride that never fucking ends. You want a big house? You can have it. You just got to win enough games. You want to have endless endless food stamps? Oh yeah, you can do it. You just got to know how to play the system.
They just don't go back to those old fucking ways where people getting locked up and then they getting found 40 years later that they didn't commit the crimes and shit. Fix this shit. If you want to do shit, fix these. Hope that's in the fucking thing. You fired all the fucking prosecutors and judges and stepping them down and giving them time if these motherfuckers are getting caught for ruining another person's life for being corrupt, or you're getting back at the women or the men or the women men or whoever do it, mostly women that falsely accuses people of rape and assaults. Started punishing them motherfuckers too.
Big time.
You ruining motherfuckers' resources, money with false accusations. Start punishing false accusations more severely so that it make people want to go ahead and come at shit from the right angle. If it's time to leave, they just gonna leave the relationship. You don't need to go lie and say that you bust your 7 eye and call law and say he did it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You raping a woman, you getting the ultimate pride. You going down, Jacko. You see what I'm saying? You raping a little kid, woman or man, you going down, Jacko.
You better never go to cell block 1.
We like to joke and say, "Ooh,
you better never go to cell block 1."
Yeah, we did that on the degeneration episode of, oh man, why the teachers weren't doing. But nah, it's in all seriousness, man. You know why the lady teachers wasn't doing it like that back then, or they looked like football players. Our teachers back in the day, you know, that was a joke. It really is a joke, but. Everybody need to be split agreed. Just because you're a beautiful blonde-headed white lady, don't take sympathy on you. Because you ain't going to take it on Mr. Joe. You ain't going to take it on Mr. Larry. There was the janitor that was touching on a kid. You're going to give him 3 times the amount of time.
Yeah.
Degeneracy needs to be taken out of the system because it is, and I'm sorry, degeneracy needs to be taken out of the system or be controlled. Be controlled. It needs to be controlled, man.
I feel like degeneracy is the dark side of woke culture. And it ruined it.
What's your definition, first of all, of degeneracy? I want to know.
For me, degeneracy largely revolves around sexual exploitation and just sexual vulgarity on a mass fucking scale and making it normal and making it fucking moral, making it moral. I need to have
cool.
I need not just cool, moral. I need to have an OnlyFans and also I want to go to church and have a boyfriend. And I want to tell my mom and dad that I'm on OnlyFans, popping pussy, selling pictures of feet, selling my underwear to fucking weirdos. And you know what? I'm proud of it. I'm fucking proud of it. That's wrong. To me, that's wrong. And a culture that supports that because, oh no, you know, you don't judge people. Don't judge women's bodies. Don't tell women what they can do with their bodies. Don't tell men what they can do with their bodies. Is an excuse to let that behavior fester and fester and fester and fester until you get a future like fucking Blade Runner where all the women are prostitutes and all the men are fucking hard labor workers and the streets are just filled with sex and filth and all this shit. To me, that's what degeneracy means.
That's a good example. That's a portion of my example too. I'm gonna second you on that. I agree with you on that. But degeneracy can also be lying on people, promoting racism, prejudices, instead of saying, "Hey, don't judge the book by its cover. Let's read the book. See what this person's about. Because everybody not the same. Everybody don't think the same. You let a person show you how they are. You give them a chance or two to show you what they really about. Then you make your judgment.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You let them show you what it's about. You don't, stop what you're doing.
Yeah.
To, do a person bad, but then all of a sudden, you want to, count them out. Doing bad because of what your beliefs are. Excuse me, I lost my thought there. You don't want to, basically what I'm saying is, don't come in judging people. Give everybody a chance, man. That's one of the most plagues in this country is this racism and these, on both sides, man. On both sides. And I know there's some people out there that's going to kill me for saying this, or going to you go cook me for saying this, but hey, man, just do what you want to do, long as you're doing it within the confines of morality and integrity, man. When you start trying to control somebody's ideals and they only living their life in a fair way that's not harming somebody, then that's a problem. But then it's some things that people consider wrong and they don't want that out there. And hey, the bottom line is just take away all of the sexual mess, the racism mess, and the getting over people mess and abuse of power mess. Abuse of power, getting people locked up for 40 years. Scamming, trying to cheat the system 1,000 ways. Handicapping people. Promoting sexual nature and making it cool. Racism, prejudging people. Not giving people a chance. Looking at them funny because they don't look like your family member. They come in your restaurant and they want to eat now. You want to go in the back and fuck this. I'm going to fuck them up. Cool. Showing kids that you can be sexual in nature and get rich off of doing it. And you got these pedophiles. There's a lot of pedophilia going on around here undercover, man. Sexual trafficking and shit going on under the door, closed door, underneath our noses, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on or how deep it runs, but it seems like it just runs deeper with all this stuff going on, man.
The reason this stuff runs deep is because this shit is the dark side of who humanity is. But previously in history, if you did any of this shit, you get stoned to death. You get kicked out of your community. You'd get basically either killed or kicked out of wherever community you were in. But now because it's become monetized, it's become cool. And it's not only become cool because it's edgy, it's different, it's expression, it's expression, right? Now we're getting to a point where it's becoming moral. And that's why things like Project 2025 exist. That's why this anti-woke push against anti-woke exists. It's because this stuff is now being shown by by the left. This stuff is shown by the left as being moral. Oh, it's okay to be doing all this shit. It's okay to be doing all this shit. And it's not. It never fucking was. It was never supposed to be set up like this. Ladies and gentlemen, we're at one of those points in history where if you're not careful, the next few years can define this country. So listen, they say that a country lives, that the average age of a nation, of a country, a powerhouse, is like 250 years. Guess where America is right now? We're at like 230, 240 years. Since 1770, what was that, 1776? To now, we're nearing that end point for how long a country is supposed to be on top, supposed to be before it becomes a failed state. And there are a lot of failed states that fell down because of shit like degeneracy, because of shit like immorality. Most big countries, most big anything, powerful things in general, in life, they fall apart because of something inside, whether it's a human body, you a big, strong, Olympic athlete, but then later in life, you get cancer. God bless you. Or you get a disease, or you get injured, or whether it's a country and you have political upset and the country goes to civil war, or you have just anything in life. Usually big, strong, powerful things break down, not from the outside forces, because they've been raised up to fend off outside forces, to jump that last hurdle, to run that last mile, to shoot that last nuclear weapon at that other country. They fall because of how they're constructed on the inside and how they're deconstructed on the inside. It's a shame that, anybody has to be shot on stage for a lot of this stuff to come out and be brought to the forefront, to be talked about. It's a shame that that's what it takes to wake a lot of people up. My message as the Prez, from one Prez to the next, is always to understand why the other side exists. Don't just react to them. Understand why the fuck they exist in the first place, or you will make the same mistakes again. Always. If you don't understand why Project 2025 exists or why woke culture exists, then you're always just going to react and say, they're bad, they're bad, they're bad, they're bad, they're bad. But then you're never, ever going to be able to get to the crux of the problem, and you're going to be fighting that fucking symptom over and over. And I don't want nobody to be fighting no symptoms. I want you to fight causes.
The bottom line is just, again, make yourself valuable, man.
Yeah.
Make yourself valuable. Be making sure that you're getting your education. A lot of us are across the country. More and more young people are getting their degrees, getting their trades and picking up something. Make yourself useful. Be something that they can't replace. Because if they can replace you with machines, you better believe you out of there before long. They're trying. Keep an eye on AI. They're trying to replace you. It's just it's all about, like I say, man, making yourself valuable and recognizing that you're in a game and you want to make sure that you're a powerful piece on that chessboard. Make yourself a useful, positive person, man. And,
yes,
again,
I like that.
You'll end up expendable. Like he said, suppose in this Project 2025, some of these federal government employees can be dismissed at the snap of a finger.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't bode well for the state of the future of the country. They prepared for civil war.
Yeah.
They prepared for civil unrest. They got technology that will shut down crowds. They ain't even released yet. They ain't used them yet.
Like lights out.
Just think about how unprepared you really are. People in Houston got hit with a Category 1 hurricane, and it's still people without power 7 days, 6, 7, 8 days later off of a Category 1. They blow down fences, bro.
Yeah.
They may push over a rotted root tree. What you'll do when a Category 4 or 5 hit? And people sitting in their homes and you don't have no one to call. You don't have a generator. You don't have your preparation. You don't have hot water. Your food you got to throw away $700-800 worth of food. These are things that happen. No, please believe me. These are things that happen. And what happened today, like I say with Trump, man, is that whether it was staged or not, it don't matter. It don't even matter.
Yeah. It don't matter. It don't
just
matter.
letting you know that things are not going to be the same. They're not going to be the same. And you just got to be ready in case it's a rumor or not. You got to act like the rumor's true. If you out here, wilding out and you're not prepared to raise a family and this and that, but you happen to get pregnant or you happen to impregnate someone, they're squeezing. Look at it. They're going to start they're making it laws in Texas. Or they trying to come out with laws that say it's illegal to go travel to go have an abortion. It's gonna be they gonna check. They saying something about they're going on passports or whatever. They're gonna want women to report their cycles. Like some kind of chart. However they keep track of their charts or whatever they do. They trying to track how they keep track of their cycle charts, bro.
Look at your privacy.
Crazy.
They're infringing on your privacy.
Man,
watch this attack on you.
If you get caught traveling for that, they're gonna try to make it a crime to travel to do it now. So it's gonna be squeezed. They're squeezing it in tighter and tighter.
This is an attack.
And it's going.
I like how you used it last time. Insidious.
Insidious. Insidious.
Hey,
well, you gotta consider what people, because everybody don't consider it insidious. You can't say certain things are insidious. Some people some people are with that.
You show right.
Some people with that. The only thing I don't agree with, hey man, if somebody's body. Now, but hey, I'm not making the laws. I'm not a woman. I can sympathize with women. They want control over their bodies. And so that's why you can say that this Project 2025 has got things that you may agree with, and it's got things that you might say, well, hey, that's kind of pushing the ball, because then you're starting, like I say, going into authoritarian government where they dictating your daily freedoms that you don't know that you have really to appreciate until it's taken away. Me and the Prez, man, we sit and we talk, man, and I told him, hey man, the way this world is going, it's like the Twilight Zone, man. It's like the Twilight Zone. You don't know what's next. Who's the next star? Who gonna do something crazy now? It's like you kind of waiting on a big moment, like a 9/11 moment or some shit to happen again, because some crazy fuck gonna do some wild shit around the world that's gonna set off a global standard of new rules implemented and whatnot. You're just waiting on some crazy stuff to happen. And these countries are unifying against the United States dollar. They're dropping the dollar. Saudi Arabia and all of these countries, and Russia, and they're negotiating, and they're like, hey, we don't need that. We can work with this.
You're waiting for that big bang 9/11 type moment, but you're not realizing that the boa constrictor has already got your ass. He got you, and it's the slow death. You're boiling you're in water that's getting warmer and warmer and warmer until it starts boiling. They say if you throw a frog in boiling water, he'll jump out, but if you put a frog in warm water and then raise the heat, he'll stay in. You are in that warm water.
Another thing I know that they saying on their Project 2025, bro, they saying that like EPA regulations and all of that is gonna be dismissed if that comes out. And for all you guys that are not familiar with the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, that's what regulates dumping in the water, the oceans, and plastics and trash. You're getting fined, and they also go above and beyond, on some things too, with like fishing and stuff, fishing regulations and stuff too. I guess they're saying if you don't want you to overfish shit to go extinct. I don't know. Some things are good for certain reasons, man. You want to protect the environment.
Yeah.
You want to protect the environment. You don't want to just run wild with just start dismissing everything because people are gonna go do whatever, man, and it'll be a fucking swamp world.
Yeah.
But that's things that we don't think about because we too busy going about our daily lives, solving our daily problems, and we're interested in what we're interested in when it comes to these social medias and whatnot. Our favorite teams. What our favorite teams doing, what Caitlin Clark doing, Angel Reese doing. Divisiveness. Look at it. What this sister doing? What this young lady doing? Caitlin Clark, what she doing? What Angel Reese doing? Yeah. Who's scoring more points? Who's the rookie? Like divisiveness, man. It needs to stop. It needs to stop because we all been trained and raised as a youth to, hey, that's your enemy, or you got to watch out for that person. From a young man, we taught,
we can't just appreciate these girls for being great athletes. We have to pick a side.
Watch out for this person or this person.
We have to pick a side.
I'm better. You better than this person, or you better than these people. Or that person's skin is darker than yours. You better. Like, just stop.
Yeah.
It's pathetic. It's stupid. It's idiocracy. It's the most intelligent people know. Again, like I said, when Mike Bree was here, came on the show. It's about that Fetty, bro, or whatever episode it was. We were talking about. It's about that Fetty, bro.
Yeah.
The degeneration, the end of a generation episode. When I was telling you that, the stupid motherfuckers are arguing about your skin color, your culture, what you're doing, while the rich steady gather information and you freely share it on your social media platform.
Yeah.
You freely share it. They know who your daughter is. They know your mama. They know your great-great-grandmother. That's why Mark Zuckerberg was made a billionaire, because he invented a tool that they didn't have to go spy on you. You was going to willingly give up the information. Hey, man, Trump got popped today, bro. They tried to pop his top, Project 2025 rolling in, man, is what the word is on the streets. And we've been doing a little here or there. It's 900 pages. And they say the best way to keep an ignorant person from studying and knowing knowledge is to put in a book. Mm-hmm. So y'all read up on it, man, if you want to. Or look and study and just make your own determinations, man, on what you think is going to happen, man. Me and the Prez, man, we broadcasting live from a secret location on Mars, man. Y'all be sure to like, subscribe, follow. We need your support. We need your support, man. We very appreciative of you guys for tuning in and giving us your time and attention, man. We can't do it without you, man. Be sure to follow us, email us, Blastoff _entertainment on IG.
At Presidential on X.
Twitter, aka Twitter. At Blastoff _ENT on X, Twitter. You know what I mean? The website is coming up. I'm gonna post it up here. The website is.
It looks live.
It's nice. It's gonna be nice, man.
It's flames.
It's gonna hold on to a lot of things that are going on under Blast Off Entertainment, man.
Yeah.
Not only the real talk here with me and the Prez, but also again the you know, we're gonna have a lot of amazing other things going on under that umbrella. So you guys just stay tuned, man. We appreciate you, man. Any final thoughts, Prez, before we get out of here, man?
Man, just blessed. Every day is a blessing. Every day is a chance to learn. Every day is to get stronger, and every day is a day to just let everybody who got you to this point in your journey know that you appreciate them. Don't ever forget to do that. Life is precious. Tomorrow's not promised to you, but hey, that's us out of here. You know, appreciate y'all tuning in, and hey, appreciate you.
Blast Off, man. We out, man. 2024 going crazy this year. It's a lot of things that have happened.
And the year just started.
It's a lot of things that have happened this year so far, man. And we're just gonna keep staying tuned to this movie, this movie called Life. Again, we appreciate y'all, man. Stay tuned, man. We'll be back here with another episode of the Real Talk Podcast, man. Blast Off in the Prez. We signing out, baby. Peace.